This NFL Week 1 recap and Monday Night Football props edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by WynnBET. Bet $100 at WynnBET and get a $100 free bet. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBET. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET to claim your free bet today.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Ooh, welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
It's been a weekend of celebration. It sounds that way for me, at least. In my head, you got a little bit going on. You've held on longer than I did. But who can contain the excitement, Sean?
It's a combination of Vegas voice and then 8 solid hours in the sports book just yelling and screaming like deranged maniacs because these games were all, man, there were so many good kicks to win games. There were so many horrible kicks to miss games. There were so many bets we hit. So many, I don't know about you, there was a couple, huge things I almost hit. It was, it was just a wild ride. All right, we are going to recap the entire NFL Week 1 slate, go over the picks, everything. And then towards the end of the second half of the show, we will give out our favorite Monday Night Football prop bets, including first touchdown bet as well. Ryan, before we get to the recap, though, I feel like we have to lead with what went down Saturday night because I feel like that set the table for getting for this football Sunday.
Look, it's not often you get to do something that innovates and change the world, and then you do it again. That was draft day, Sean. That was draft day. I was the first fantasy sports endurance athlete, 24 hours.
Drafted 24 hours.
We took it to Nevada. We took it to sports gambling. And Sean, what did we say we wanted to do? All off season. What have we been banging the table about? I know we shared some futures on social media, Texans to win the division by itself, but what did we say we wanted to do, Sean?
We wanted to get down on a Texans-Steelers, both to win the division, parlay. Now, I was seeing places where you could do it online. We don't live in those states, and it was like 400 to 1. Ryan and I hatched a plan. Hey, we get down $1,000 on this Steelers-Texans division winner parlay, and when that hits, we're essentially millionaires.
We'll inject it into the D-Gens only content machine, aka SGPN. So we reach out to a local contact here in Vegas, aka Bowser, host of the Zed Run Gambling Podcast. He confirms via his app. Should we name the place?
No.
Exactly. With an unnamed place that it is possible. Okay. It's not. We know it's possible. So I go to that place and we try to do it on the kiosk. What do we learn? No mas. Don't let you do it on the kiosk. Okay. So I go to a in-person kiosk or in-person desk at the sports book. I walk up. I say, look, I know it's possible because a friend of mine did this on the app, but I'm looking to parlay division futures. And the lady who's taking the ticket writer, she's very nice. She's like, oh, I don't think we can do that. And I go, okay, I'm telling you we can. Can we try? Then she leans back, gets the manager involved, at which point the manager tells me, nope, not possible, sorry. I go, let's just try. Let's just put it in the machine. Entertain me. So they put it in.
We're trying to give you money.
I'm literally trying to give you $1,000 on a 400
to 1. If you're a casino, this is your wet dream.
Yeah, you offer the fire bet for a reason. So she then they put it in. It takes a little while because obviously a human is taking some time to then decline it. So then she says, "See, you can't do it." I'm like, "All right." So I'm furiously texting Bowser at this point. Get up here ASAP. So he finally gets up there. He pulls out his app and he shows the lady the parlay.
Yeah.
She looks at it like with that tilted eye and goes, prove to like basically log out so I can see that's the Nevada app. We can't do that. It's not possible. You're not going to find anywhere to do that. You can't do it here. All right. So I'm heated at this point. And we're going to a dinner. I'm kind of late for dinner. So I'm storming back to my room to get ready. And meanwhile, I'm like, fuck it. I get to the Twitter account, and I basically say, hey, at every sports book in Las Vegas, who accepts futures parlays on division winners? Immediately, the place I was just at.
Their Twitter team responded.
Hand raise emoji.
Oh, yeah, we want to do this.
With a screenshot of an example from their app. That's the best part. Saying, we do it. I write back, I was just at property X, and I was told it's not possible. I then get a response. We're very sorry for the inconvenience, sir. If you go back and ask for Mr. Man, we'll take care of you. So I head back over, and now this lady, very happy to see me, waves me over and says, guess what?
Their tune is a complete different tune.
You wouldn't believe it. It's crazy you're back here right now because we just got an email. We can accept parlays on division futures. And I lean over the desk a little bit, and I go, yeah, I reached out. She had this, like, shocked look. And then we placed the bet.
And let's
go.
So
we are the and what did I text you when I placed the bet? I said, secured the asset. We are now the proud owners of a plus 39600 parlay on the division leaders of the AFC South.
Currently, both they are tied for first place.
AFC North. Let's fucking go.
Hey, Ryan, if you want to get involved in some massive payouts, why don't you head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/winbet. Set up your WinBet account. Get that bet $100 to win a free $100 bet. And, of course, the build your own bet. If you remember Thursday night, I gave you, the audience, a 20-1, a plus 2,000 opportunity over on WinBet. Win was one of the first to offer a quarterback to throw 5 touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes cashed that
baby.
week 1. Let's go. So much action over on WinBet. And we will be giving out a build your bet for the Monday night game later on. Get started today. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/winbet. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/winbet. Offers subject to change. Terms and conditions at winbet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where a place of room that is available. If you or somebody who has a gambling problem, 1-800-522-4700. We're also brought to you by the Elias Sports Bureau and the Elias Game Plan app. Ryan, very profitable weeks for us on the old sports gambling. And I always find helpful nuggets in the Elias Game Plan app. Again, Elias is the same people from the Elias Sports Bureau. You know them. They handcraft all these great nuggets, great pieces of information, help you dominate your fantasy, help you dominate just life, which is, for me, is important. Fantasy and gambling. I mean, the fact that people were drafting Cam Akers in the 3rd round, Ryan, is still insane to me. That's why you got to be sharp. You got to be educated. You got to go download the Elias Game Plan app. Get the 14-day free trial. Use the promo code SGPN. That is the Elias Game Plan sports betting app, promo code SGPN. Last but not least, if you watch football, you need Fubo TV. Of course you watch football. You watch football and you watch Sports Gambling Podcast. Fubo TV, again, college and pro football, NFL, Red Zone. Cut the cord, get Fubo TV, plus the cloud-based DVR so you never miss a game or your show. Fubo TV, you get a free trial for 7 days and 15% off your first month. Just go to FuboTV.com/SGP, FuboTV.com/SGP. Oh, man. My voice, I'm playing through pain. Unlike one Dallas quarterback, Ryan.
Oh, my goodness. R.I.P. the Cowboys season.
I know. It's and they lost their left guard. Dak is going to be out like 2 weeks. He's getting hand surgery, Ryan.
Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our league.
Mike McCarthy shaved his beard, but he cannot disguise the fact that he is still the same man, taking this franchise and running it into the ground. Dallas Cowboys, 3 points at home. Congrats. Man, what a why don't we start with the Sunday and then we'll kick off the Monday night. I mean, the injury news is certainly the biggest news. Like I mentioned, their left guard's going to be out with a high ankle sprain.
What about the fact that they just looked like shit?
Yeah, breaking news. Dallas sucks. I mean, you're at home for the home opener. Obviously, we were both on the Tampa Bay as the -2.5. Nice try, win bets, trying to scare us away from laying 2.5 on the road with Tom Brady. Tom Brady, I thought, actually looked really, really good. Had a ton of zip on his ball. I also laughed out loud when I read Gisele Bundchen's tweet that said, "Go Tom Brady. Let's win Tampa Bay Bucks." It's like, meanwhile, all the stories you read is like she hates the fact that he's playing football still.
She must have hired Magic Johnson's social media guy.
Yes, it was very straightforward. But I mean, again, as an Eagles fan, as a better Ryan, we're not high on the Cowboys.
Not this year.
There was no optimism. I mean, what as a Cowboys fan, what are you optimistic about? Now you got Cooper Rush starting for multiple weeks, possibly months. It is bad times.
We're gonna play a game real quick.
Okay.
Because it's a fun game. Do you know who Dennis Houston is?
I'm guessing he's on the
He
Cowboys.
played 40 snaps at wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys today.
It is just bad times for the Cowboys. And then Jason Peters is coming in. They're going to be in trouble. I think on the other side, that Tampa Bay defense looked really, really good.
I mean, they could look good because most of the receivers for the Cowboys are crap. And without that offensive line, guess what, Sean?
Yeah.
That's the magic.
Well, and we'll see too. I mean, Tampa Bay receivers, Godwin looked good early, and then he re-aggravated his hamstring.
He'll be out multiple weeks.
Julio, I thought, looked good. And if Julio is going to be healthy with Tom Brady, I'm just thinking about some of my I have like a Tom Brady, Julio Jones stack.
Oh, so wet.
All right. Well, we've kind of already talked about the Thursday night game, but officially, Bills get the win 31-10. I was on the Bills. You were on the Rams. Ryan, are you worried about your Los Angeles Rams?
No, I'm disappointed in myself for adjusting my. It fixed me for the weekend, which was good. But I leaned into the fact that nothing was making sense with what was going on with the numbers. So, in hindsight, do I wish I had just leaned into the Bills? I'm sorry, Don of Bills Mafia, Adam Pelletier. It was a mistake. It was a moment of poor judgment where. I mean, look, Adam, with the exception of the O.J. Howard. Oh, wait a second. O.J. Howard scored 2 touchdowns today. Adam has been on point. Zach Moss is the backup.
Yeah,
Devin Singletary
he's like,
is the
don't
guy.
draft James Cook. This is not a good idea.
And so, the big takeaway here is the Rams miss what? A good running back who's healthy and Odell Beckham. Turns out Allen Robinson, not very good. And maybe they just took him out of the game, but
yeah, I don't. It is.
They don't have a second target. They don't have a running game.
Well, maybe
that's
the entire NFC West sucks, and maybe that's what we've learned, Ryan.
You made fun of me when I made the whole division suck. And
no, I had the Cardinals winning at 10-7. I think I was also overall pretty low.
I had them Cardinals winning in my simulation at 9-8.
Yeah,
suck it, world.
Ravens. Jets, of course, the Ravens get the victory and the cover 24-9. Ugly game here. Do you have any massive takeaways for this one, Ryan? I just think the Jets are going to be in for a long season. If Joe Flacco couldn't get it done in a revenge spot against his former team, he's just Joe Flacco. I mean, in what situation are we going to be betting on this Jets team?
I don't think we are. I think my takeaway is that they didn't seem to be able to create any sort of consistent protection.
Yep.
Not surprising.
No Mekhi Becton.
Ding, ding, ding. Michael Carter, very involved. We were right about that. Playing more of the snaps than Breece Hall. And I think, they're going to have some opportunities to score. My big nugget from this game is Elijah Moore looks good, but really Garrett Wilson, in a very limited sample, he made some very explosive-looking plays. So while he's not nearly on the field as much as Corey Davis and Elijah Moore, and even Tyler Conklin, I do think, Garrett Wilson's going to be a guy we got to circle and think about.
Maybe like a deep DFS
play. But as far as a bet-on team, the Ravens did what they needed to do. And you could tell they were sleepy in this spot. You could tell they were not 100% go. And you could tell they need J.K. Dobbins because Kenyon Drake and Mike Davis look like shit.
Well, I do think that's what was sputtering their offense is that they're used to having a good running back to pair with Lamar Jackson. So now they have Dolphins up next week. That should be interesting. And I thought the Jets defense probably better than I originally had them.
We did briefly discuss they were a decent rushing team. It was one of the concerns, or rushing defense team. So they showed up well, though. I mean, they're playing for the coach.
Browns 26, Panthers 25. RIP our Survivor contest. I still don't regret betting on that or playing that Survivor style because the rest of the board really shaped up for us. If you're going to get knocked out of a Survivor, it doesn't matter if you get knocked out week 1 or week 7, right? That is the ultimate spin zone. And if you're going to get knocked out of a Survivor because a kicker hits a 58-yarder, a rookie kicker kicks a 58-yarder, and then also like I had been quietly, maybe walking back some of my Baker hate and be like, give him a shot. He won a playoff game. He looked horrible. He looked completely lost. It was great watching the game with Malcolm because Malcolm had a bet on the Panthers and just an angry British guy getting mad at Baker Mayfield was delightful. He's like, this bloke doesn't know what he's doing. He's straight bullocks out there.
Yeah, I mean, the takeaway here was Baker looked bad.
Robbie Anderson.
Robbie Anderson's season's back.
They had Christian McCaffrey. The motherfucker had 3 carries in the first half.
That's my
You have one guy that's really good. Give him the ball.
And he only had 5 targets, 11 carries for the entire game. That's just your game plan sucks. And what I was going to get to is, maybe it's the coaching.
Yeah.
Maybe the quarterback's not prepared and looks like shit because the coach sucks.
He looked totally in over his head.
And just reiterating the Robbie Anderson. Like Robbie Anderson played and ran as many routes as DJ Moore, period. So I'm pissed I don't have more Robbie Anderson in best ball. Any nuggets on the Browns other than they obviously can play a little defense and Brissett's not horrible?
I don't know if I would say Brissett's not horrible. I still thought
he ran the offense.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna. I think this to me was more about the Panthers sucking than necessarily the Browns being good. Ryan, the Indianapolis Colts heading to Houston Texans, and we get a tie, 20-20, our first tie in the NFL. All right, walking you through.
Well, hold on a second, because we discussed betting will there be a tie in a game this year.
And do we bet it? I forget.
I think if you bet over a half, it was like minus 200 and 250. But there was over 1.5 that was like plus 125 that we were discussing. So you already have one in the bag. This is just like Kansas last year.
Yeah.
You just got to sweat one out for over the next 17 weeks.
So I gave out on the show. I did a money line round robin parlay where I had the Bears winning straight up, the Steelers winning straight up, and then the Texans winning straight up. $400 paid, $7,900 if I hit the Texans. It was so weird because Texans, they were up 20-3 at some point. And in my head, that was like the one I was like, all right, I'm not worried about this one. I am worried about the Steelers. I am worried about the Bears, who eventually fought and clawed back because Justin Fields. Dog. We'll get to that in a second. But,
Stop it.
What do I have to say about this Texans team? One, we were right on them for the most part. I did think
took their foot off the gas.
Yeah, I did think Lovie Smith played a little scared, I would say, right?
Once he got the lead.
Yeah.
Before he got once it was
we see this all the time.
Yeah, once they took their foot, I mean, you could make the same argument for the Falcons too. Once the foot came up off the gas.
Bad teams, they have no kill instinct.
And the sphincter gets tight, it's like poof. And while I think Houston did show some resilience there to like draw out the game and everything, obviously they ended in a tie. I wish they just kept throwing the ball. They didn't need there was a series where they very clearly just ran it 3 times and punted with like 5 minutes left, and it's like, what are you doing? Yeah,
I think that surrender index that ranks like the most cowardly punts.
Oh my goodness!
The Texans were in the 100th percentile for that punt in overtime, basically to ice the tie. And Indy, like we said, Matt Ryan might be cooked. I
made a Carson Wentz-esque play.
Where he was like falling down and then threw it, but he was already down. He does not look like Matty Ice.
I mean, he looks like Matty might be on. I mean, look, the crazy thesis of the Texans division bet was based on the fact that the Colts might not be that good, the Texans might not be that good, and the Jags might not be that good. Best quarterback in the division that you saw so far.
AFC South?
Mm-hmm.
I would still give it to Ryan Tannehill. I don't think he looked great, but I would still have him.
The only reason they lost that game is when the Giants' defense got stops is because Tannehill was throwing it 10 feet over his receivers.
Yeah, but I mean he's going up against Davis Mills, Trevor Lawrence, who, like I said, might just suck, and then Davis Mills, Trevor, and then
see, I'm going to weigh the outcome of the game, so I'm going to say Davis Mills, number one in my power rankings.
Well, he got the tie. Someone had a funny tweet where it said there were no wins in the AFC South today, which is really impressive considering two of the teams played each other. Speaking more of the AFC South bashing, Jacksonville Jaguars 22, Commanders 28. Commanders get the win and the cover. We were on the Jags. Jags had a shot here. Carson Wentz, you want to talk about trying to throw the game away? He did that a number of times, couple of picks. But he also chucked a couple bombs and got 300 yards, and they got the win. Like, he is an incredibly high variance player. This, to me, is just – I think the Jags picked up right where they left off, minus that one win against the Colts. Like, they're just a bad team. I didn't see any notable improvements from Trevor Lawrence or the offense. Travis Etienne doesn't look that good to me, and I'm glad that I drafted a bunch of James Robinson, even though people said I was crazy.
I was giggling thinking about how there was a play where Etienne made a horrible attempt to catch a ball.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking about all the people that talked about his elite pass-catching ability. Elite pass, third-round running back, Sean. Looks like a horrible pick. James Robinson, dog.
It confirmed dog. New England Patriots, Miami Dolphins. I was hemming and hawing on this one. I really like the matchup of Bill Belichick going up against a rookie head coach. But ultimately, the Florida heat, the weather, the fact that Miami just figures out how to beat New England in Miami, that ultimately outweighed it. And then I wasn't even going to bet on the game, but when Saturday morning we're recording our college football pregame show, Mark Wahlberg randomly walks by the studio, pounds on the glass, and says, hey, take the Pats. What am I not going to bet the Pats?
I mean, come on, Sean. He's a guy. He's a chat ahead. He's not going to tell you to bet the other side.
No.
Now, I would have told you to bet the other side. One of my bigger bets today was on the Dolphins.
Really?
Again, this was exactly what I was trying to tell you. Did Tua look great, Sean?
No, I didn't think so.
No. He doesn't need to look good in this offense. It's
no,
like the
that's
Niners.
True. And maybe
does he look better than Trey Lance, though? Yes,
well, again,
way better.
Right.
And so that's Tyreek Hill, very involved. Waddle also looks quite good. I mean, this is a team. They look like they're going to be able to move the ball on offense.
Even Tua can't fuck up this offense right now. But again, this is a horrible game for the Patriots. And what's the latest with Mac Jones? Is he
I haven't
hurt?
seen anything more than he's gotten like something with his back, getting X-rays. That's never a good thing. Nothing serious has been reported yet. So, and then for the fantasy owners that couldn't decide between Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson, Bill Belichick decided to give you the old 1-2, having Ty Montgomery chop it up three ways with those guys.
Yeah.
So
classic. I mean, again, a tale as old as time. Bill Belichick screwing you for a New England running back. Ryan, the New Orleans Saints get the victory. They do not get the cover. I mean, Jameis is just an all-timer right now as far as like his interviews. You saw that video of him like explaining the human body. He's like, you have your knees and then your ankles and then your shoulders and then he's just been an all-time interview.
He needs to have a kid's content creation company or something like that. Imagine him as a kindergarten teacher.
Oh yeah.
That's what we need.
Mr. J, you can call him.
Yeah.
No, Mr. W. Jameis Winston and the Saints get the victory 27-26. Just for note, my shares of Taysom Hill and best ball rising through the roof. Of course, Taysom Hill is going to get a touchdown. He had 4 carries for 81 yards. He was their leading running back, Ryan. Taysom fucking Hill, baby. They pay this guy $10 million a year. They're going to use him. Wild game. Again, Atlanta was up. Ryan was like hanging out in the sportsbook doing victory laps over Marcus Mariota.
What do you mean? I thought he played much better than most of the world thought he would play.
No, you're right.
Thank you.
And you also talked
Drake
to me.
London.
Drake London played really well.
Victory laps on that.
And you were the one that talked me into, again, I think the home division dog. And you made some solid cases for it. I kind of saw this outcome as far as like I thought New Orleans was going to win the game. I'm glad you talked me into the 5. Kyle Pitts fantasy, Ryan. Are we worried?
No, I mean, him and Drake London both had 7 targets. Patterson had 5, and that's pretty much it. The note, I guess I would make the note that, I don't know, it's impressive to have that kind of day with 7 targets. We'll see how the offense or defenses now respond to seeing what Drake London looks like. He looked really good.
Yeah.
Couple plays where he ran over some defensive backs.
This is a hilarious note I found on the Falcons. Leading 26-24 with 1:40 left and facing a 3rd and 1 at the Saints 42. The Falcons had a 99.9% win probability. That is insane.
Again, kind of, puckered up a little bit.
Well, Ryan, I think you didn't you say you had a reason as to why maybe the Texans didn't get the win and the Falcons?
Cousin Mush was feeling maybe more confident than he should have been at points in the game when the game was not certain, obviously.
Yes.
As it turns out, they ended up losing the fucking game, Sean. Real quick, fantasy note on the Saints. Because it's not Taysom Hill or Adam Troutman, you should be looking to start at tight end for the New Orleans Saints. Dude, Juwan Johnson played a bunch. He only got 4 targets, but he was on the field as much as the receivers. So, if you're desperate like we are in our Dynasty League for a tight end, maybe we'll be picking him up.
All right, we're going to get to the second half of the slate. Before we get to that, shout out No House Advantage. That's right. They're changing the game by offering the most dynamic fantasy sports platform today. They have you can play in pick'em contests versus other people for a shot at winning $250,000 in cash. Very easy to play. All you got to do, download the app, choose a contest, select your player props, earn points for correct picks, and climb the leaderboard for your shot at big money. You can also test your skills versus the house and 20x your entry if you hit all your picks. Bet on up to 5 player prop over-unders for individual matchups across major sports, NFL, I mean, let's be honest. Maybe you're playing the NASCAR props, although shout out to the NASCAR Gambling Podcast. I know they just gave out a winner, so shout out to Cody and Rod. Those guys do a great job. Okay, all you got to do is go to nohouseadvantage.com, sign up with the promo code SGPN, or download the app. Again, nohouseadvantage.com. And you get a first deposit match up to $25. We're also brought to you by promoguide.us. It's the best place to go if you're interested in EV betting strategies, making consistent profits from sports betting. They got daily updated odds boosts, huge cash bonuses, bet tracker. It's really fun. They have a VIP Discord group. Check out their daily promos. They really have a lot of good information. They help you out with some analytics. The best part is they're run by a small team of passionate sports fans dedicated to building a well-informed betting community. Just go to promoguide.us. That's promoguide.us. Get started today and, continue dominating the sports gambling landscape. Philadelphia Eagles get the win. Do not get the cover, 38-35. I was a little nervous when they were down 7-0, but I thought they did a good job coming back. I felt like they were in control of the game for the majority of the game. We got a Jared Goff sucks island showing up there with a nice defensive touchdown by the Eagles. I mean, for me, the big takeaway is
Jared Goff went to the wrong island. He went to Bradbury Island. That's not his island.
He did a little island hopping, and it did not work out for him. I mean, A.J. Brown. He is just a monster.
44% target share.
Yeah. So if you don't have A.J. Brown, maybe you missed out here. But, man, his I'm trying to pull up his numbers. It was crazy. I can't remember the last time we had a receiver catch 10 balls for 155 yards, including a 54-yard bomb. I thought the offense a little out of sync early and then found a nice groove there. The defense started out totally shitty, and then they got in a nice little groove and were playing really well, and I thought, like, controlling the game to some degree. And then I don't know if it was just the big lead or the fact that they're on the road or maybe the coverages they were calling. It did feel like they were just pulling off a little bit too much and let the Lions kind of hang around.
I mean, I thought they seemed to struggle with the running backs, specifically Swift. So it was not what I was expecting from the Eagles defense. It was what I was expecting from the Eagles offense, right? We saw this version of the game, or we saw the game last year where it was a blowout. I think this was a little bit of garbage time. I mean, Goff does have some nice weapons. I think, anyone who was high on St. Brown, like I was, like he certainly looks good. Chark certainly looks good. Goff has weapons. This is going to be a team that's going to, they'll randomly beat someone.
Eagles have 4 rushing touchdowns. Miles Sanders didn't have a rushing touchdown last year, got his first one, 96 carries, 13 yards. So I'd like to see Jordan Davis in there more. I don't know if they're just easing him in. He's also a super big dude, but I'd expect.
What's wrong with Jordan Davis? Mega athlete, Jordan Davis.
No, I think because he's a rookie, they're easing him in.
He was picking up offensive linemen with one arms. What happened?
He's still.
Why wouldn't you be playing that guy?
I don't know.
Are you concerned?
Am I concerned?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I'm criticizing them for not playing him enough. I thought he looked good when he was in there.
I didn't realize there was something going on with Jordan Davis. That's why you haven't been talking.
What do you mean?
You were very high on him, and now I didn't realize he isn't dominating.
No, I thought he played really well, and I think they should be playing him more. All right. Steelers get the win, 23-20 over the Bengals. I mean, there's so much to unpack in this game. This is a great quote afterwards from a beat reporter. Joe Burrow hasn't showered, hasn't changed, still wearing most of his uniform.
That's gross.
Been sitting at his locker staring forward since the game ended. Burrow had 4 turnovers in the first half.
It's like something my 11-year-old would do. Like, get over it, dude. You're an adult. Process and move on.
Yeah.
I mean, what did we say? What did we tell you? Super Bowl losers. What happens? What do we tell you?
A little bit of hangover.
We don't know if the water in Cincinnati cures hangovers. And so, look, I think the Steelers, great win, but they took a lot of shrapnel, right? The Watt injury,
that
sucks. Brutal. Najee Harris, high ankle sprain, sounds like that's going to be a while.
Yeah, so, T.J. Watt tore his pec, it sounds like. They're saying at least 3 to 4 months, maybe the whole season. That's obviously horrible. But, again, our take on the team, like the defense was flying around. Of course, the overtime was completely wild. I do think the Steelers deserve to win that game because of some of those bullshit penalties they threw to kind of give the Bengals that those extending plays to get them to get that touchdown where they tied it. And then, man, that blocked extra point was – there was like the sportsbook went nuts multiple times with the blocked extra point, the missed field goals, the 55-yarder to win it that hit the bar and just clanged. It was so wild.
That's a video game situation.
Yeah.
Minkah Fitzpatrick, and shout out to DJ and Eric, I think it was, when I threw out the Texans ticket, Sean, and I said, what's your favorite prop? He threw out Minkah, 100-1, Defensive Player of the Year.
Wow.
Great start. I mean, that dude literally, it didn't look like you should be able to do what he did on the extra point. You just don't see that every day. And so, again, this was all about what, though? What does Mike Tomlin do? And what do Mike Tomlin coach teams do?
Win games, Ryan.
Grit.
Determination. Yeah, I don't know how long Trubisky's going to be in there. I do think I don't know. He was kind of efficient, but just so also very limiting because they do have a bunch of good receivers.
He beat the Bengals in Cincy, so he's carrying the torch from Big Ben and his dominance over the state of Ohio.
All right, my Chicago Bears get the win, 19-10. Man, this felt good. The entire offseason, Ryan, I was just talking tremendous amount of shit on Trey Lance, saying I thought it's insane that that he was being bet down 20-1 to win MVP. I mean, how about 20-1 to be the quarterback at the end of the season? Like, he really – I mean, the 49ers defense, Ryan, when I was going hard on the Bears and made them my dog, you're like, Jesus, you're going to take the Bears with that 49ers defense? And I was concerned, and there were times where that 49ers defense was dominating. It was a monsoon.
Weather assist.
And I just kept saying, like, man, they just need to break a couple plays to get some points on the board, because the Bears defense, which, again, why I was kind of high on the Bears in this season, at least relative to, everyone else had them. They're the most bet under win total, that kind of thing. This is a quality win for the Bears, and my mentions are completely empty, Ryan. It's crickets in my mentions. The Trey Lance Mafia, no one has said any. No one. They go, oh, you can't blame that entire game on Trey Lance. 49ers fans, be honest with yourself. If Jimmy G was in that game, you don't think you're more competitive in that game?
Look, I think when you're talking about an MVP, let's turn on the tape. Watch Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
that guy, stud. Josh Allen, stud.
Yeah.
Trey Lance didn't do anything studly. I get it. The field was really wet. I understand that's difficult. His throws were horrible. He made Justin Fields look good.
And Justin Fields didn't.
No,
look,
he did not. He looked bad too.
Justin Fields didn't look great either, but Justin Fields did have 2 passing touchdowns. He did create some big plays. I mean, again,
he did. You're right.
It was an ugly game. They both looked like shit, but one of those guys made some plays when he had to, and that guy was Justin Fields. It was not Trey Lance.
I mean, if we're setting the bar at Trey Lance, yes, Justin Fields better than Trey Lance. And now the Niners, Elijah Mitchell, we're starting this shit again. He's out. Trey Lance did have a decent amount of carries.
13 carries, 54 yards. But I mean, if you're drafting Trey Lance in fantasy, you have to be shitting yourself right now.
What over under? When does he go out?
I don't know, man. Walk through their schedule, and now with no Elijah Mitchell, and Debo was really their entire offense, and Debo running the ball, which 8 for 52, 65 or 6.5 per carry and a touchdown. So Debo running the ball certainly was huge. Juwan Jennings, who we thought had some dark horse fantasy value there, but I think they're really going to struggle. What's their next couple games look like?
They certainly. I mean, we'll see when Kittle comes back. I'm sure that will help.
That's also true. They were missing Kittle.
Groins tend to take some time to recover. Look, they have Seattle at home next week.
Yeah.
So opportunity is knocking, but after that, Sean, it's at Denver. So things could get real slippery if they can't take care of business against the Seahawks. Only other nugget I had about the Bears was I wanted to ask you a question.
Yep.
Who had the most targets on the Chicago Bears today?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, I was hoping it was going to be Darnell Mooney or Cole Kmet, but I'm sure it's
Darnell Mooney had 3. He was second place.
Who was number 1?
Cole Kmet had 1. David Montgomery.
Yeah. David Montgomery looked pretty decent.
This offense is a mess.
Khalil Herbert got a touchdown, Ryan.
Look, shout out to the Bears for getting new coaches, Sean, 5-2 today. So shout out to all the new coaches dumping the Gatorade and all that stuff. But I mean, Eberflus, the team was playing hard, and even though the Niners came out shot out of a cannon, their defense, Niners defense looked really good.
Looked really good.
The Bears were covered, and like to your point, Justin Fields got out on the edge, and then he threw one of those floaters. The touchdown pass was all right.
Yeah, that was a nice touch on it. The other one was just a broken play.
But boy, the amount of times that fucker throws a screen pass in the middle of the field, just like a duck. It's dangerous, man. Like he has a lot of limitations to his game.
Oh, speaking of limitations, Aaron Rodgers completely lays an egg. Vikings 23-7. I mean, you knew it was going to be bad when Christian Watson streaks down the field wide open, hits him right in his hands, and he drops it. You're like, all right, this is a sign. And then
tantrum.
Yeah,
he's showing him who's boss.
Yep.
If my memory serves me correct, did they not lose week 1 last year?
Yeah, no, and that was certainly something in the back of my head. But that game, that was that weird game in New Orleans or versus New Orleans that they had to play in Florida, and that's what I was kind of writing it off.
13-4 after they went 13-3 after losing week 1.
Yeah,
just a reminder.
It's kind of crazy. We'll see if they can do that again. Justin Jefferson looked amazing. 9 catches, 184 yards, 2 touchdowns. To me, I guess the most surprising thing for that game was the Vikings defense. I thought
they looked good, pass rush and all.
Yeah, I thought the Vikings defense would struggle.
Well, Bakhtiari was out. I think there were some offensive line issues there for the Packers, and maybe those linger on.
And I feel like an idiot. I'm the one who fell for the David Bakhtiari. He's definitely playing. He's back. I mean, what? Who the fuck? What am I going to go grill these local Packers beat reporters? If the guy says he's playing, I think he's going to play.
Yeah, I mean, you also were Trey McBride. Unfortunately, didn't play either.
That was a hilarious twist of fate because I didn't even realize he was injured at all. So shout out, to, R.I.P. Trey.
I think it was just a healthy inactive.
Well, it was because Zach Ertz ended up being fine, even with his calf strain.
Interesting.
Kansas City Chiefs 44, Arizona Cardinals 21. I, of course, was on the Chiefs. Andy Reid, opening day. Ryan, you unfortunately.
No, we don't even need to talk.
You and Kyler, we're on the opposite side here. I mean, Patrick Mahomes. When I gave him out for MVP, my case was just like, this dude clearly has a chip on his shoulder. He's here to light up the NFL. I mean, he's on pace for 85 touchdowns for the season. I mean, and I know I know it's just the Cardinals, but man, that offense, Andy Reid with a bunch of time to just sit in the lab, carve some stuff out, look out.
Yeah, I mean, look, they look good, and I think the shocker is that after Kelsey and Juju, it's hard.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, look, everyone that was talking about how they're going to miss Tyreek Hill, asshole.
Kelsey 8 for 121, Juju 6 for 79. Even Isaiah Pacheco. I think a lot of this was in garbage time, but 12 for 62.
Led the team in carries.
In touch. Well, and that's how much garbage time there was. All right, Las Vegas.
Well, real quick, Arizona, they just look like they don't have enough good receivers or something. The offense, I mean, they looked horrible.
It looked like the Rams game. Like, it looked two teams that really seemingly three that picked up where they left off last season. The Dallas Cowboys, a lot of that stuff looked familiar as far as like a physical defense pushing them around. The Green Bay Packers, just like not being able to figure out any sort of offense. And this Cardinals team, like this is that same Cardinals team we saw get their ass kicked by the Rams.
They didn't look prepared. That's a scary thing.
Chargers 24, Raiders 19. Chargers get the win and the cover. Shout out to
San Diego Superchargers. Charge.
Justin Decker's own, him and his brothers, the Decker Bros. It's funny, they all look like just three different versions of the same guy. They were all there hanging out, really enjoying the Chargers. Derek Carr threw 3 interceptions. That, to me, was the difference in the game. I kept waiting. We both had the Raiders plus 3.5. I kept waiting for the Chargers to charge, right? Like, it just seemed like a perfect situation. Like, they were eventually going to blow it, right?
Just to be clear, when you say charge, you mean fuck up.
Yes, completely unravel and blow the game, but they didn't. The old Chargers definitely would have blown this game, and I'm still skeptical that they won't blow the game again. Keenan Allen went out with a hamstring injury, and the Raiders had some life on offense. They just the Carr turnovers, and maybe he was just trying to force it too much to Devontae Adams. But Ryan, you said this nugget. Devontae Adams had more receiving yards than all Green Bay Packers receivers combined. That was a crazy note. Also, Aaron Rodgers just threw an interception against the NFC North team for the first time since 2019. That is a crazy nugget. But yeah, Khalil Mack had 3 sacks. I thought the Chargers defense looked really good.
Honestly, like, the story for me is, holy shit, Devontae Adams. Like, I when we started the process early on, I was very high on him. And it was like, and Aaron Rodgers, 15 targets, Sean.
Yeah.
15 targets. He dominated the target share. And the other side of the flip the coin over, once Keenan Allen goes out, the entire team gets 3 or 4 targets. And so I think this Chargers team, if they're going to spread the ball around like that, Justin Herbert looks good. Like you said, this is a game they typically would have found a way to lose. I mean, Brandon Staley even fucked up another 4th down.
Yeah.
Or failed on the team failed on a 1st down or 4th down. So, look, Derek Carr certainly can't play like this if they're going to win games. I don't know what to think about it because I thought Derek Carr was the glue. I'm wondering if the glue was out.
Told you, Rich Bisaccia should have. Although he didn't do him any favors this week. The Packers.
I also have a note. It sounded like a Chargers home crowd.
Oh, really? Because they were using a silent count for a little bit.
The crowd did not like. I know I saw some Raiders fans on Twitter saying it didn't.
They had that false start when they were backed up against their own.
I'm telling you, I went and watched highlights. Like it didn't sound crazy.
All right, yeah, I still thought the Raiders fans were pretty.
And if they're able to start winning these home games, Sean,
maybe
look
out.
This is our year.
This is their
Bolt
year. New York Giants get the win, 21-20. Titans had it. I mean, Tannehill drove down, put him in position to kick the game-winning field goal. And he missed it.
Tannehill did not. The refs did.
Okay. The refs put him in a.
I'm sorry. Did Tannehill complete the pass, or was it a bullshit pass interference? Is that what happened? Yes.
Ryan, what's your thoughts on the Giants? Obviously, you're super excited. Saquon Barkley looked really good. So,
are you going to? Well, who is the better running back? Where'd the big dog go? I saw the big dog get decleated today by the Giants. That was fun. I mean, look, the Giants. I can't tell you the last time the Giants have won Week 1. 2.
Well, this is the first time I think in like 5 years that the Giants have had a winning record.
Thank you. I can't tell you the last time that I've seen a Giants team show any sort of resilience and bounce back. And I think once we do our analysis and dive into the numbers, Barkley was fucking awesome, but Daniel Jones still made some boneheaded plays. And they got to teach this guy how to fucking use his big bolt. His big shoulders. He doesn't know how to initiate contact. He can run through these linebackers. But my takeaway is the offense looked fun. Sean, they ran a fucking Chiefs play to score a 2-point conversion. All right? I told you it was going to be the love child of Kansas City and Buffalo.
I will give him credit. Dave, I mean, going for 2, I like that play. That was an onions. You play to win the game. And
it's funny. It's weird having a coach that is going to play aggressively.
I was going through a range of emotions. My first emotion was when they're up 20-13. I'm like, all right, maybe I can cover this 5.5. And then the Giants score the touchdown. I'm like, all right, they'll kick the extra point. We'll go to overtime. They go for 2. And then my next thought is, well, this is great for the Texans to win the division. Titans losing at home. So immediately I go to our massive bet, Ryan.
And I think. I mean, look, again, this is not a game that the Giants, under their last couple coaches, would have won. And on the flip side, what was the big reason why we thought that Tennessee was going to tighten up this year, Sean? Well, they were really good in close games.
Yeah.
And so a little bit of instant regression back towards the mean there. And kickers, it was a day for kickers.
Oh, man, it was an all-time kicker day. It really was. Hey, we're going to get to our Monday Night Football props, including our favorite plays for first touchdown. Everyone loves that. Hey, before we get to that, shout out to Run Your Pool, introducing RYP VIP. That's right, a brand new subscription service from Run Your Pool that helps you get an extra edge against the books, plus exclusive access to real money pools. Enter our exclusive Week 1 and 2 pools with guaranteed $5,000 payouts, as well as our season-long pool with a guaranteed $100,000 payout. Get access to exclusive data with your weekly game picks, premium content like in-depth guides on how to dominate your pools, and exclusive swag. The top line is here. If you're a serious sports fan, just go to runyourpool.com, use code SGPN, and get 50% off your first month of RYP VIP. That's code SGPN over at runyourpool.com. We're also brought to you by Odds Trader. That's right. Odds Trader is a place to compare odds odds from all the major sports books. Compare the different sign-up codes. Find the best deals. Player stats, key game stats, injury reports, projected game day weather. They got it all. OddsTrader is your number one stop for game day bets. Go to oddstrader.com/Blue Wire. Oddstrader.com/Blue Wire. Ryan, let's give out our Monday Night Football player props. Of course, we're pulling these right from Sleeper, sleeper.com/SGP. Join our group chat. It's cool now in the group chat.
Oh, it's lit.
Everyone's entering all these lineups. I'm copying random lineups. I copied this 5-teamer from, I think, MILF Lover 69.
Oh, nice.
Who he won a number of contests, but he had a 5-teamer for college. Colby gave me a 3-teamer for college that hit. It was a lot of fun in the Sleeper group chat, they call it. Sleeper.com/SGP. Promo code SGP. 100% deposit bonus up to $100. Ryan, please bless us with your first Sleeper Monday Night Football prop bet.
How many are we doing?
I'm doing 3.
Okay. Will Dissly.
Yep.
Over 11.5 receiving yards.
Ooh, okay.
The smoke is everywhere. Noah Fant not going to be very involved. We've always liked Will Dissly. I would have to imagine if Noah Fant is not involved, it's because Will Dissly will be. Obviously, they're going to be running the ball a lot. And I'm not looking to take a lot of receiving overs in this game, but Will Dissly to catch one pass for 12 yards is something I'm willing to bet on. So over Will Dissly. And again, look at all the roles that we were completely off on. Like Will Dissly could be one of the primary targets in this offense.
Yeah. No, there was a ton of stuff coming out that was bad for Noah Fant and just, the level of production they expect.
And Geno Smith's ability to get the ball out to the receivers. So, yeah, I mean, who knows? I certainly like the idea of Will Dissly being involved in the game plan.
Yes. All right, for me, my first one, it is an over. Give me Rashaad Penny over 71.5 rush yards. This, to me, it's not even not even predicting him to have an amazing game. I think he could, but, man, you look at his last games, it's like 23 carries, 190 yards, 25 carries, 170, 17, 135.
Yeah, I don't get it.
16, 137. We know Pete Carroll loves to run the ball. He's going to do everything he can to suck the air out of this game. And they don't, Ken Walker, the new draft pick, he's injured. Like, who is going to take away Rashaad Penny touches?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm actually taking a different Rashaad Penny over 6.5 receiving yards.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like someone comes up with an opinion and it just gets copied and recycled on the internet. Yep. I don't know when we decided that Rashaad Penny wasn't going to be involved in the passing game. He was involved in the passing game last year when he was having success. And while I think it's hip and cool to say Travis Homer out loud, and maybe if they get their ass kicked, Travis Homer is in there catching some passes. But Rashaad Penny to catch this was like the Barkley one.
Yeah.
Barkley's was 12.5 yards. 6.5 for Rashaad Penny over.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. My next one, Javonte Williams under 57.5 rushing yards. I think, again, I don't think the defense, Seattle's defense is going to be as horrible as people project. But again, this to me is more a volume play. I think people are going to be surprised when it's like 55-45 with Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams. The coaching staff likes Melvin Gordon. They re-signed him. The current coaching staff didn't draft Javonte Williams. They like Javonte Williams, but I don't think they're going to make him the workhorse back. Also, Russell Wilson, why did he get pissed at Pete Carroll? Because Pete Carroll wouldn't let him throw the ball, and it was a big reason why they're no longer working together, and he felt like he sabotaged his MVP season. So I think Russell Wilson is going to be in that meeting room like, hey, we need to throw the ball a bunch. We have all these guys. I just don't think Javonte Williams is going to get a ton of carries.
So I definitely agree with you. I would even go a step further and say you can, and I had 5 prepared, but I'll use this as my third. Javonte Williams under, see how I flex there?
Yes.
5, under 2.5 receptions.
Okay. I like it.
You look at the game log from last year, he had a couple bigger games, but for the most part, it was a target, 2 targets, maybe 3. So, and to the narrative of Melvin Gordon, I think there's even some smoke around the fact that Melvin Gordon could get some work in the passing game. Again, college BFFs, but also Melvin Gordon, a great pass blocker. So there is some worry that Javonte Williams might not even be exclusively used in that role. So under 2.5 receptions for Javonte Williams.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Last one for the sleeper pick, sleeper.com/SGP. Get in the group chat. Tag me. If you got a crazy one, I'm all in. Geno Smith under 209.5 passing yards. I don't think he's going to get there.
Do you like the passing yards better or the completions better?
I like the passing yards just because he started 4 games last year for Pete Carroll and the Seattle offense. Didn't break 209 once. I think if he's doing bad, he's not going to get a lot of passing yards. If he's doing good and Seattle's doing good, they're not going to get a lot of passing yards. Like maybe there's a world where the Broncos, they're sitting back in a soft shell and he gets all these yards in garbage time. But again, I think it's going to be a close game. I like Seattle catching 7 here. So I'm taking Geno Smith under 209.5 passing yards.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I think I think too many people are like, oh yeah, Broncos are going to be kicking their ass. They're going to be passing a lot.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I would love to, if Sleeper had attempts, I would definitely fade the attempts.
I think sometimes they do. You just got to kind of keep an eye on, and like what they offer at different times pops up or goes away. They also have a ton of MLB stuff. Ryan, what's your third one?
I've given out 3.
Oh, you already
Javonte
gave out.
Williams under 2.5 receptions, Rashaad Penny over 6.5 receiving yards, and Will Dissly over 11.5 receiving yards.
All right. For my, I got a sweet build your bet here going on WinBet, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WinBet. It is their version of the same game parlay. Ryan, get out your hard hats. I'll go. First up, give me Seattle +7. And then under, they have it as 208.5 passing yards for Geno Smith. And then my last, Will Dissly anytime touchdown. $100 bet, Ryan, wins you $3,327.53.
Wow.
Let's go.
All right, so we're going to play a low score variant of this game.
Okay.
Over 5.5 sacks.
All right.
Under 2.5 touchdowns for the Seahawks. Under 2.5 touchdowns for
An ugly
the
game.
Broncos. And for the first score of the game to be a field goal and the last score of the game to be a field goal is 18-1. I don't even need one team to win.
I'm still mad because on opening night, I hit 4 out of the 5 on the parlay card. The last thing I needed was
Last field goal?
Yeah, last score to be a field goal. And the Bills were in a perfect spot to just run it out and then kick the field goal. And then they completely fucked it up. They fumbled. All right, Ryan, what do you got for first touchdown? For me, it's simple. We already hit on it in the build your bet. We already hit on it over here. But I think Will Dissly, 30-1 I'm seeing for the first touchdown.
I'm seeing 35.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to.
No, I'll upgrade it up to 35. So, yeah, give me Will Dissly, 35-1. I love a tight end. Feel free to clip that. But Will Dissly, I'm with you. I think there's a narrative that no fancy guy. I think it might be Will Dissly. And we're getting backup tight end odds for a guy who might not be the backup. So, Will Dissly, 35-1.
So, of course, as you know, the backup tight end, that's the model.
Yep.
So, this game was actually pretty easy because one of my other models, Sean, is the undervalued running back.
Oh,
Rashaad Penny.
What is he?
11-1 first touchdown.
That's good.
Of course, I'm taking my unit. I'm chopping it up 4 ways for 4 different dudes. So Rashaad Penny, 11-1. Will Dissly, 35-1 on the Seahawks side. I really considered no touchdown. On the Broncos side, it's Melvin Gordon, 11-1. Sean, he is the goal line back. I think 11-1. That was a nice Vegas voice crack. And then I need your help for my last quarter unit because my model says play Eric Tomlinson at 30-1, backup tight end, probably the blocker as well. But my mind says, well, if I'm going to go ham on Russ, it's because KJ Hamler caught a bomb from him. 20-1.
You don't need to.
Which one are we doing? KJ Hamler?
Yeah, I'm a KJ Ham.
All right, guy. KJ Hamler, 20-1.
I mean, he has ham in his name, Ryan. If you're going to go ham, you got to do it with KJ Ham.
Fucked it up. Pun intended.
All right. Is that it? Anything else, Ron?
Can we leave Vegas now? Because I can't. I'm done. I'm emotionally drained. I was sitting after the Giants game.
I get Vegas voice normally just from, the alcohol, the random smoking, the dry air. But then the yelling that was going on these games with these kicks and everything. It was so wild, Nit. It was an awesome week in Vegas here. Shout out to everyone we got to hang out with. Cousin Mush, Pat Fisher, Dryden. We had a really good crew there. Shout out to the Deckers came by.
Terrell.
Bowser, Terrell, and of course Malcolm. Bunch of great stories. Colby, my brother Chuck. It was an awesome week here. And shout out as always, Blue Wire. Thanks for having us. WinBet. Let's go. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/WinBet.
You forgot Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. Shout out to Mark Wahlberg. Even though you gave me a horrible pick. And shout out to the staff here. It's always awesome to get to do a show here. Studio's great. Crew's phenomenal. So thank you guys for tuning in. We will be back in our studio tomorrow and cranking out more podcasts. It's NFL. Let's go college. We got it all. Hey, subscribe, rate, and review. And use that rating. Submit it in our app. Just click the contest tab. And you got a chance. I'm hitting the wall. You have a chance to win a $50 gift card, a.k.a. March Monday.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he is Ryan.
Dan Jones, career record 1-0.
Kramer, let it ride.